Today, I want to talk about something that's been coming up a lot with the women that I work with, especially with Valentine's Day around the corner, and that is conscious partnership with yourself. Specifically, why you can't have the love, the money, the life that you want if you're not in partnership with yourself first. If you're new here, I'm Naomi Sarah. I show women the patterns they can't see alone so they can stop abandoning themselves and start choosing themselves first. And what I'm about to share, that is the foundation of everything that I teach. So let's dive in. So, what is conscious partnership with yourself? It is being so sovereignly in your own center, so rooted in who you are and what you want that you're able to reflect that out in the world. There's no performing, no people pleasing, and it's not abandoning yourself to keep others comfortable. It's actually being in relationship with yourself the way you would want to be in relationship with the partner that you adore. The thing that most women don't realize is that you can't be in conscious partnership with someone else if you're not in partnership with yourself. You can't call in divine union out there if you're abandoning yourself in here. And here's why most women aren't in conscious partnership with themselves. We have been conditioned, okay? We were raised to go to school, to get the job, get married by a certain age, have the kids, the career, the white picket fence, the whole fairy tale. But for a lot of us, that was never our path. And now we're standing in the middle of this life that we built based on what we were told we should want. And we don't even recognize ourselves. We feel empty, disconnected, lost, apathy, because we've been living for everyone else for so long that we don't know what we actually want anymore. And that is the crisis. And conscious partnership is the way through. So how do you get into conscious partnership with yourself? There are 3 phases, and I'm going to walk you through them very quickly. So in phase 1, it is the clearing. This is getting brutally honest about what you actually want, not what you should want, not what your parents want, not what looks good, but what you actually want. Most women cannot answer this because they've spent so long prioritizing everyone else. So the clearing is asking yourself, who told me that I should want this? Does this even light my heart up? How does my nervous system react to this idea? Is there something deeper I desire, but I've been too scared to admit? Start following those nudges, those urges, those glimmers of remembrance. That's the clearing. That's getting back to your truth. Phase 2 is the shift. This is where most women get stuck. You know what you want, but you're waiting to feel ready, waiting for the right time, waiting for permission. But here's the truth. Ready is not a feeling, it's a decision. The shift is when you decide to embody that truth right now. Before you have proof that it's safe, you can make decisions from your authority, not from fear, not from what others expect. You choose yourself and you stop apologizing for it. This is the identity shift. Not, I'm working on choosing myself. I choose myself, period. And when you do that, when you embody that, this is when your nervous system recalibrates. Your reality reorganizes around the new you. This is not eventually, this happens immediately. So that is the shift. Embodying before you have the evidence. For phase 3, this is the flow. Once you know what you want and you're embodying it, you stop trying to control how it unfolds. You stop micromanaging the timeline. You stop needing to know every single step. You stop trying to control other people's reactions and you trust your path. You say yes to what's aligned and you let go of what's not. And this is when everything you wanted starts showing up. Not because you manifested it, but because you're finally energetically available for it. The money will start to flow because you're receiving. The love shows up because you're choosing yourself first. The opportunities appear because you're not blocking them. You are in conscious partnership with yourself. So partnership with life becomes available. And that is the flow. So here's how this shows up in your relationships. When you're in conscious partnership with yourself, you can recognize who's in alignment with you and who's not. Before, you might have tolerated people who drained you, made you feel off, or who required you to abandon yourself to keep the peace. But when you're centered in yourself, when you're in partnership with yourself, you notice immediately when someone's energy does not match yours. You feel it in your body. You feel it in your body, the contraction, the heaviness, the no, and you honor it. You don't override it to be polite or to avoid disappointing them. You just move. And when you meet someone who is in alignment, who allows you to feel safe and at home in yourself, you recognize that too. You're able to receive it, to hold it, to trust it, because you're already giving that to yourself. So there's no separation. You are it. So you can recognize it outside of yourself. That is conscious partnership. And here's why I'm talking about this right now. 2026 is calling us back to our centers. The old systems are done. The external validation we're chasing, it's gone. The world is demanding that we find our center, know ourselves, make sovereign decisions from our own authority. And the women who answer that call, they are the ones who are shifting the timeline, not just for themselves, but for their daughters, their sisters, the women in their lineage who could not choose themselves. You are not just healing yourself, you're breaking a cycle. And when you do that from conscious partnership, the sovereignty, and not from self-sacrifice, you create generational wealth. And this is not just about money. This is freedom that compounds. So the question is, are you answering the call? Are you coming back to your center? Or are you staying in the pattern? Conscious partnership with yourself is the foundation for everything that you want. For the love, the money, the freedom, the aligned life. It all flows from being devoted to yourself first. This is not selfish. This is sovereignty. And it happens in 3 phases. The clearing, getting honest about what you actually want. The shift, embodying it before you have proof. The flow, trusting where life takes you when you're rooted in your center. That is the framework. That is what I used to go from 11 years of self-abandonment to sovereign wealth, conscious partnership, and a life that I actually recognize as mine. And that is what I guide women through. So here's what I want to offer you. On February 11th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, I'm hosting a free 60-minute masterclass called Self-Centered, the 3 phases to conscious partnership. This is not surface level content. I'm going deep into all 3 phases. I'm showing you the pattern you can't see alone, the one that's keeping you stuck in self-abandonment when sovereignty is waiting. By the end of these 60 minutes, you'll know which phase you're stuck in, the specific blind spot you couldn't see alone, What needs to shift for you to come back to your center? This is the exact framework I just walked you through, but we're going deeper. We're going into your specific pattern. It's free and it's live February 11th, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And if you want the link, you can find it in the show notes. And this is for the women who've done the work but are still stuck, for the women ready to stop performing and start being, for cycle breakers ready to step into 2026 sovereignty. So, Valentine's Day is just a few days away, and I want you to remember you're not looking for someone to choose you so you can finally choose yourself. Choose yourself right now and watch who shows up differently. That is conscious partnership, and that's what we're doing on February 11th.